Hey guys, it's Steven here and welcome back to another Chinese smartphone review, and today we're going to have a look at the Elephone P8000. I'm really sorry that I come up so late with this review, but I was waiting for the firmware update because there are many bugs in the UI. Then also was on the Gamescom, I was on holiday, I had some family problems, so excuse me, I'm really sorry. But this week we'll have some nice stuff. By the way, the Elephone S2 Plus, also on efoxshop.com, where I've got the Elephone P8000 from. The Elephone B Touch 2, I want to compare it to the B Touch 1, and also some iNew smartphone and some Doogee smartphone. So there is a lot of work this week, and you will see a lot of stuff in our tech talk on Thursday. But now let's get started. Let's have a look at the Elephone P8000, a really nice device actually, so I was quite satisfied for the price. And now guys, let's get directly started and let's see what we can find inside of the box. Alright, so when you buy the smartphone, for instance, from efoxshop.com, link down below, then you get it with all the basic things, like you get a charger, you get a quick starter guide, the phone itself, batteries integrated, blah blah blah. Then finally, the Elephone P8000 supports quick charging, and that's a really good thing. Now the P7000 didn't support quick charging, and if they call it a flagship, then it has to support quick charging. Alright, so you see the output, it's 5 volts and 2 amps. The charger itself, it's massive, it's way better than the P7000 charger, and also the charging rate is pretty okay. Now I tried it with that USB ammeter. Unfortunately, it destroys the quick charge function from MTK, so I hooked it up to a normal ammeter, and then it did go up to 1.8 amps, so that's very close to the 2 amps, and the charger is definitely okay. Charging time is also okay, and I did a capacity test with that little thing here, and it showed that the battery capacity is 4100 milliamps. So, well, that's also not too accurate, but they state that it's between 4000 and 4165, so this is definitely okay. Charger itself and charging accessories, they finally look good. Well, the Elephone Quick Starter Guide, it's actually the same like from the P7000, nothing special, but at least we have colored pictures, we have some text. I mean, nobody's reading that, but it's nice to have it. Alright, and the last thing inside of the box, it's the phone itself. This is one of the first phones, so from the first batch, and the problem there is that the LED for the LED home button isn't there, so it's not working. There is no LED inside. You can check it out if you check out my dismantling video, and you can also check out my unboxing, so we had a closer look at all the details of the phone, and I will leave you a link down below in the description. So you see that's a golden version. I mean, it's okay, it looks a bit too bling bling for me, so you feel like Snoop Dogg if you walk into the club with that phone. Looks kinda strange, but if you like golden things, then you will probably like the golden Elephone P8000. Alright guys, then now let me show you the phone a little bit closer. So there we go guys, here comes the Elephone P8000, and the first feeling in your hands is probably, hey, that phone is really heavy. It weighs over 200 grams, so exactly 203, 205 grams, and this feels really heavy. Now it's hard to describe the feeling. You should probably get something which has around 200 grams and just get it in your hands, maybe the same size too, and then you will see this is very heavy for a smartphone. The phone itself, it's very stable. Now there's a metal frame, but it's not only an outer frame, so basically this is really a metal chassis. And if you're interested in a teardown video, I did one and you can find it on my channel, and really the inside looks great. Okay, let's get started with the front. Now what you can see is there's a black bar around the display, so I switched the wallpaper. Usually there's a black wallpaper, it comes with a black wallpaper, and yeah, that is actually to make the people think there is no black bar around it. But you can definitely see one, so it's actually smaller here on the left and right side, but at the bottom and the top it's really huge, so it's really fat. Now you lose some space there, and I think it doesn't look really good. At the top you have the front-facing camera, you have light and proximity sensor and the speaker here in the middle. The nice thing is also the speaker grid is painted in gold. That is really nice. At the bottom we have capacitive touch buttons like the menu button, we have here the home button, and here we have the back button. The home button should also have an LED backlight so that it can act as a notification LED, but well, that is not working because there is no LED inside on the first batch phones. So if you have pre-ordered the phone, you got really fucked because there's no LED inside. But efoxshop is very honest. So they said they have some kind of compensation, like giving money back or whatever, because it's something Elephone did and not eFox, okay? So I'm not really happy with that, but you have to deal with it, and the second batch of the Elephone P8000 should come with the LED, but I'm really not sure because there is nothing inside the software right now, and I'm really not sure when they want to deliver it. So yeah, let's see. Now the back button and all the capacitive touch buttons, they are working really great. Then let's turn it around. Here's the backside. As you can see, it's some kind of carbon pattern, just like the backside from the EQ E04, if you remember that. And yeah, Elephone logo here at the bottom, and you can also feel it, so it's like engraved in the back cover. Keep expecting and be surprised. I'm always surprised that something is not as advertised on Elephone. Then here at the bottom we have the speaker grid, really big. We'll have a look at the speaker just in a second. Then here we have the fingerprint scanner. It's very small, just like the fingerprint scanner from the Oukitel U8. I will later show you how it works. Then here we have the LED flash, and I have to say, pictures in the night, the LED flash is not too strong, but the software optimization, it's really good. So they are actually kind of what did I want to say? They're kind of bright and not dark, and it looks pretty good. Okay, here the rear camera. It's a bit strange that it's actually inside of the device, so it's not coming out. I mean, it's good because you have really a nice curved and flat backside, but it looks a little bit strange. Okay, so regarding the frame, let me zoom in a little bit so I can show you that. Now the frame looks really, really good to me. So there are no sharp edges. It's really massive, and I absolutely like it. It feels good in the hands. You can see a bit the viewing angles of the display. The viewing angles and the display itself, it's a full HD display, not the best full HD display I've seen, but for the price it's definitely great. Okay, then let me quickly show you the connectors. So basically we have a full metal frame, as you can see. At the top of the phone we have here the antennas. You can also see here the headphone jack. It's basically a little bit more here at the bottom, so the back side. And well, then let's turn it around. So here on this side you can see we have the micro USB port. Well, the only thing which is strange, it's upside down, so yeah, I always plug it in the wrong direction. Then here we have the bottom microphone, and here antennas once again. All the buttons, they are placed on the right side of the phone, and they are also made out of metal. Feels pretty good to press. I have to say I'm happy with the buttons so far. There's just one bug. If you do not use the English language, like you use German language, and you crank up the volume button, then it's crashing the System UI. So this has to be fixed, but seems to be some common Android bug because I had this also on some other phones. Alright, that's basically it. So that is the phone here from the outside. Then now let's remove the back cover and let's see what that baby here has got under the hood. Oh yeah, there we go. Now let's remove the back cover and let's see what we can find under it. And there we go. You just go in there with your fingernail and you pull it off, and it's a plastic back cover. So nothing special, no NFC antenna, no wireless charging or anything else inside. Then here you can already see that massive battery. Now the battery, it's just a normal lithium-ion battery pack. You can check it out in my teardown video, and that's basically just a metal cover which is shielding the battery. Here you can see two IMEIs because it's a dual SIM, dual standby phone, and the battery capacity, it's definitely real. I can confirm this, and the battery lifetime is great. Geekbench, something a little bit over 10 hours. Okay, now you can change the battery if you want to. It's actually easy because the battery is not soldered. It's connected with a flex cable to the mainboard. What you have to do is you have to remove all the screws, then you have to get out that plastic frame, and then you can change the battery. So yeah, it's possible to change it on your own, but you can't do that on the go. Here you can see the fingerprint scanner. It's basically glued here to that plastic frame. Comes a little bit off here on my model, but it's okay. Then here at the bottom we have the speaker. Here we have one antenna, probably GSM antenna. Then here's some other antenna, and here's another antenna. Okay, then here we have all the slots. First of all, SIM card slot 1. I'm currently using a nano SIM card, but it actually takes micro SIM cards. So if you don't have a micro SIM card or nano, you have to use an adapter. Then here we have SIM card slot 2. And yeah, the second SIM card slot supports, for instance, GSM quad band. And the first one supports LTE, 3G. You will see all the frequencies later, and you can also check them out on efoxshop.com, so in the datasheet. Micro SD card. So I have no problem with my 64GB micro SD card. I did read that some users have problems, but maybe they just have the wrong file system, because for me it's working really good. And I'm not sure about 128 gigabytes, but it shouldn't be a problem at all if the file system is correct. Alright, that's basically the phone from the inside. You don't have to do anything, just get in your SIM card, SD card, and there you go, you can start it. Now before we start exploring Android 5.1 on that little baby here, let's have a look at the display. It's in full HD panel, the viewing angles, they could be a little bit better, like it's changing the color just a little bit, but it's still great for the price. Full HD panel, well, combined with that battery and chipset, it's actually a really good combination. And so far I like the display. As you can see, this is looking really good. It's colorful, not the best full HD panel I've seen, but for the price it is definitely okay. And we can also now go and do a little scratch test here with my knife to see if the glass is good or not. Now regarding the glass quality, I can say for sure this is no Gorilla Glass, so this is actually some cheaper glass. And yeah, I managed to scratch it actually with the knife, for instance with a screwdriver. We can try this here once again, and ooh, I can already hear the scratch and see it. So I scratched it now here, and I would definitely recommend to use a screen protector and yeah, keep the phone away from your keys in your pocket or whatever, because it scratches actually quite easy. So just do yourself a favor and use a screen protector. Now just to quickly summarize, the phone itself, it's very stable, but it's also very heavy, battery capacity is real and everything. The glass, the front glass, it's not the best, so it doesn't scratch so easy. But if you tend to scratch your smartphone, then please use a screen protector. The lens from the camera, it's good that it's actually inside of the phone and not coming out of the phone, so you actually don't scratch it easily. Okay, so that's my opinion. It's really bad that the LED is missing, so I cannot show you that because there is no LED inside, and it's not a software problem because there is no hardware LED. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, so that's it. We're now here in Android 5.1 on the Elephone P8000. It's a bit customized. This is the second or third update I did to it, and it's now running the latest version. It's still crashing sometimes, like System UI stopped working, then it's also changing the wallpaper. It's quite annoying. I'm really looking forward to a fix. This is also why this review is coming so late. I don't want to rush in like other people. I just want to test the device for a longer time. And so far I can say the ROM is okay, it's customized, so you see there's no menus, we have a different launcher, we have different themes and everything, as you can see. You probably know that kind of launcher. And yeah, it's really not the best because it's crashing sometimes. Okay, then let's go here to the settings. Let's go all the way down to about the phone. Here we can see that it is running Android 5.1. This is definitely true, so this is Lollipop, guys. And the funny thing is, on the Elephone forum you can already download and flash Flyme OS. I mean, Flyme, well, it's nice, but not on the Elephone. Okay, well, what we can see here, it's from the 25th of July, so that's the latest build so far. There was no update till now, but let's see what will come with the next batch of phones. Then let's go up here, and at the top we have Wi-Fi. Now, Wi-Fi, it's not more than average, so I'm getting average Wi-Fi signal. As you can see, signal strength is good, link speed kinda low. I'm using 2.4 GHz. I can't test dual bands. I'm not even sure if it's supported because my router actually doesn't support it. Okay, but I'm getting a new router soon. Then here you can see Bluetooth. I tested Bluetooth with the UmiVoice speakers, which I really like, and it was okay. It was the average range like 8 meters with no connection drops. Here under more, you can see airplane mode, blah blah blah, tethering and portable hotspot, nothing fancy here inside. What is really cool is that is mirror vision is supported. That means you can tweak the colors of your display to fit your likes. And there is no recalibration for the sensors in here under display. We have different sound and notifications. What I like about Elephone is that they provide one big partition. It's always a mess to repartition an MTK smartphone, especially the new chipset with the GPT partition table. Not the best thing, but I really like that Elephone just gives out the phone with one big partition. The 16GB version has a total space of 11.3 gigs, and yeah, you will have something like 10GB of usable space. Not a lot in 2015, so probably get yourself an SD card just like I do. As you can see, the 64GB SD card is working, and I can also write to it or push applications to the SD card, so that's really working in the Elephone P8000. Regarding the battery, it's incredible. I can later show you a screenshot from a Geekbench battery test, and it's like over 10 hours, and that's really good. So it depends on the usage, but also heavy Android users won't have a problem to come through the day, so this is really no problem. It's even better than on my Galaxy S6 Edge, which I now have to recharge almost twice a day, which is really annoying. So I would like to have that battery in my Samsung. Okay, running apps in the background. Now, as you may know, that little baby here comes with 3 GB of RAM. So the system is now using 500, then apps running in the background 260, so you end up with around 2.1 GB of RAM. And yeah, if you add that, you see you don't come to the full 3, so you have 2.9 gigs, so whatever. But it's definitely enough for the most users, actually, I think for all users. Okay, that was apps running in the background. Here we have GPS, we have security, and here under security we have the fingerprint scanner. So I now have to enter my super safe password 1234, and now I can just show you how to register on Fingerprint, and yeah, let me just do that. Okay, so there we go. Here comes the finger scanner application, and it's actually really easy to use. First of all, you have to register on Fingerprint. And I've already registered 3 fingerprints, so I have to enter my password or the fingerprint. Now, well, for me it's some kind of a problem because the finger scanner is very small and I have very big fingers, so it's a bit hard to find the correct spot. I mean, you can try when you register to register it in different positions, it helps a bit, but it still doesn't work always at the first attempt for my big fingers. Now we can try it, so there we go. I will now put my finger on the scanner. Okay, now it worked. That was actually luck. Usually it doesn't work at the first attempt. And well, now you can just go here to plus and you can register your own fingerprint. So basically you just have to put your finger like 10-15 times on the scanner until it's registered. Okay, once you have finished that, you can actually lock the screen, and when you want to unlock it, you have to enter the fingerprint or the password. The only bad thing so far is I think you shouldn't be able to access here the Android status bar, because I can switch on the torch, I can play around with the brightness, but if I would like to go to the settings, it asks for the password. Okay, so you cannot fully bypass it, but you can do shit here in the Android status bar. Okay, then let's go back here, let's try the fingerprint unlock, and there we go. Okay, didn't work at the first time. Then let's try it again. Now it worked. So you need to practice a little bit. It's really hard sometimes for me, but now you see it worked. It worked again, so sometimes it works really good, sometimes I just fuck it up. Okay, now we're using a different finger, like this one here is not registered. And you see, please enter correct fingerprint, so it doesn't work. Then now let's put the finger on the scanner which is registered. And it worked. So the finger scanner is actually nice. It is working good, really not too bad, but you need to practice a little bit, and if you have big fingers, yeah, it could be a problem. Also make sure they're not sweaty, otherwise, yeah, it works not really good. Okay, that was the finger scanner right over here. We also have backup and reset, different languages. And it's not the full Android language pack, so some small things are missing, like Switzerland, German or whatever, French, yeah, there are different things. So just some subcategories, but the big languages, they are all in there, so you really don't have to worry. But with German language, I tried it because I speak German too. And there were some bugs, like I couldn't access the battery stats. I couldn't push up the volume button because it says System UI crashed. But if I switch to English, it's working. It's really strange. Okay, yeah, that's basically everything here in the settings. Then now let me show you here the UI a little bit. Now the launch of the Elephone P8000 is a bit customized. So, well, it doesn't look like the stock Android 5.1 launcher, even though I would prefer that one. So you can see we don't have a menu anymore. So basically all the apps, they are organized here in different folders, aka categories. And the launch itself, it's really fast and snappy. Sometimes the System UI is crashing, so it's a little bit buggy. Then if you press here the menu button, then you can see we have in Wallpaper Manager personalization, so basically there are different themes for that. We have widgets and here the launcher settings. Now I would prefer the stock launcher, but just go to the Play Store or just yeah, download some new launcher, and there you go, and get rid of the stock launcher here. Okay, that's regarding the launcher, but the System UI is fast. It's not too stable. There are some small bugs, and then you will get System UI stopped working or crashed or whatever. But so far it's okay. Then as always at the top, we have the Android status bar. No notifications because I don't have any right now. Then here brightness sliders, so quick toggles, Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, GPS, cast screen. Also here the torch, which is really important for me. I use this very often. Audio profiles, blah blah blah. Okay, regarding the call quality is definitely okay. So here we have the standard dialer APK. And yeah, let's do a quick call so I can show you that the sensors are working. You see shots of the display. Takes some time, but there we go. Then the speaker, in my opinion, in audio mode, it sounds kind of crappy, but the earpiece is okay. But the loudspeaker right over here, I think it sounds really kind of crappy. So the quality of it could definitely be better. Okay, that's regarding the phone. The reception is good. I have, for instance, 3G drops on my Galaxy S6 Edge, but here I had 3G in the whole town, so that was actually okay. Then here we have the messaging application. It's a 5-point capacitive touchscreen. We can later confirm that. And typing on it feels good. The vibration feedback, it feels like it would come from the bottom, and it's really not too hard, so kind of soft, and yeah, it's okay. So I like it so far. Here we have the browser. I was just browsing the web. Wi-Fi, now as I've said before, Wi-Fi signal, it could be a bit better, so it's average. Speed also, but it's okay. So for my usage, it's definitely okay. Alright, so we don't have a menu. We have all the apps here. Social, blah blah blah. It comes with Google Mail, everything pre-installed, so it comes with the Play Store. Some people ask me if you reset the phone. No, you don't get rid of the Play Store. Don't worry, it's a system app and it's still in there. Here you can see personalization, so for that launcher, the System UI, I would definitely get rid of that. YouTube and everything pre-installed. We have the different tools, Google settings, everything pre-installed. Here under more apps you have wireless update, currently up to date, so there is no update right now for the Elephone P8000. Let's see what the future brings, some benchmark applications I've downloaded. Well, and here are all the benchmarks we're going to do later. Okay, so that's how the phone looks like when you get it. I've just installed some applications. I've used it now for actually the last whole week. And now I would say, let me show you a quick movie test, some GPS test and something more. And yeah, the camera too. So let's get started with the camera. And after all this, you will hear my final conclusion about the little baby. Oh yeah, so we're now here outside in my garden and I quickly want to show you the camera of the Elephone P8000. So far it's looking very good for the cheap price. The outer borders, they are not so blurry like on other phones, so I'm actually really impressed. But if you take pictures in dark rooms, for instance, with or without the LED flash, it turns out to be very, very noisy, so we have a high ISO rate, but it's okay. So in low lighting, not the best, but if you have proper lighting, pictures actually look quite okay. Now that's the camera application. Here on the left side we have different effects as always. Here at the bottom we have the hipster filters, but well, camera application, nothing special, so you can change that in the Google Play Store. Alright, here's the shutter. So there's not really a big amount of lag, just a little bit shutter delay. The camera itself, you see it's not laggy, so it's looking actually pretty good. We can switch here to the front-facing camera, and well, it's not so wide angle as I've expected, so it could be a little bit more wide angle, but the front-facing camera is looking okay for the price. And you will find selfies and also all the sample pictures here on chinadevices.com, so make sure you check it out, guys. Okay, we can quickly have a look here at the settings. What you will see here is that the maximum picture size of the front-facing camera is 5 megapixels in 4:3, and if you switch to full screen, the picture size goes down to 4 megapixels because of the screen ratio. Okay, we can now switch back to the rear camera and check the same thing out. So here you have all the things like exposure, white balance. I keep everything on automatic settings for the tests. Then here we have the picture size. You see it's 13 megapixels, but only in 4:3. So if you switch from 4:3 to full screen, so 16:9, then you actually get only 9.5 megapixels. But you can also check that out if you have a look at the pictures I upload, check them with Earwin View, EXIF View or whatever, and then you will see the phone shoots with a 2.8 aperture. And well, yeah, the maximum picture size, it depends on the screen ratio. Alright guys, so that's basically it, and now you will see some samples from the rear and front facing camera. Now here's a quick front facing camera test on the Elephone P8000 currently driving, so you can also see if the front facing camera is laggy or not. Sorry I look really destroyed, it was a very long night last night. And well, when you start recording it looks a little bit more zoomed in, but always the quality of the front-facing camera, it's in the eye of the beholder if you need it, for instance, for Skyping or whatever. So just have a look at it right now. What I can say is it could be a bit more wide angle, but the lighting adjustment works pretty good, like it's kind of dark in the car, and you see, you can actually see my face. Whoops. Shouldn't do that while I'm driving. Then let's have a look here at some other things which are outside. And there we go. So you see that actually looks good. The colors, they are looking okay. It just could be a bit more wide angle, so I have to hold it a little bit more far away from my body to get myself on the picture. But so far I'm happy with the front-facing camera. I mean, the phone itself, it's really kind of cheap, and for that the front-facing camera is okay. So we're now here somewhere outside of Vienna in the north. I'm just driving around a little bit, and here I want to show you the rear camera of the Elephone P8000. So it's a bit windy, but it's good to test the noise cancellation of the microphone. And well, just have a look around. So objects in the distance, they may look kind of blurry, at least here in preview, but just check it out on the computer now for yourself, if it's okay for you, if it's enough for you or not. And well, maybe let's have a look at some close-ups. I've got some new Chinese car radio, and the review of it will come in the next day. So let's turn off the music. And yeah, let's try to focus. So as you can see, this is working, and I think close-ups, they look actually quite okay. And yeah, just have a look at yourself right now if the quality is enough for you. And I think it's okay. So the Elephone P8000 is still really kind of cheap, and for that the camera quality looks really good. Well, that was the camera. So far so good. You can find the sample pictures on China devices, and here's a quick speak and movie test in YouTube, so no copyright sounds. There we go. The rear speaker, in my opinion, it doesn't sound so good. You can hear it right now. So that's maximum volume. It's not too loud, and also the clarity, well, it doesn't sound really good. Honestly, I have to say the speaker is, yeah, it's average, below average, not so good. The 3.5mm headphone jack, some people asked me, I think it's okay. I did listen to some songs on my Galaxy S6 Edge, and here on the Elephone P8000 with the Xiaomi pistons. So the difference I noticed is that the gain on the Elephone P8000 is not so high, like the volume is way higher on the Galaxy S6. You can play around in the engineering settings a little bit with that, and also somehow, well, I don't know, the quality, it was not that good like on my Galaxy S6 Edge, but it always depends on your own ears, so I would say the quality is okay, but you probably have to play around a little bit with the gain, because I like music loud, and it wasn't so loud at maximum volume. Alright guys, so that's regarding the speaker and 3.5mm headphone jack, and now let's have a look at something else. Now here's a quick LED flash test on the Elephone P8000. So sometimes there's a bug where you can bypass the fingerprint unlock. So you see here that the fingerprint unlock is active, and I just bypassed it by randomly swiping down, and then I was in the system. That shouldn't happen. Okay, then let's activate the torch. As you can see, single LED flash, but very strong for a single one. In comparison, I can show you here my Samsung Galaxy S6 Edge. The LED flash, it's just a little bit warmer on the Samsung Galaxy S6 Edge, so it's some kind of yellow. But regarding the strength, I would say they are equal. So the Elephone P8000 LED flash is really strong. Now you can see I can light up here the whole desk. So for a single LED flash, it's really okay. But I can show you some photos I've captured. For instance, here my desk. And also here on the S6 Edge. So same angle, same lighting, and there we go. I have to zoom out a bit, and you see it's way brighter on the Samsung, and the lighting just looks better. So on the Elephone P8000 it looks kind of dark. Now photos at night, they are way better, for instance on the S6, but well, also the price difference is huge. So the camera module, the LED flash, and the whole software optimization could be better. I can quickly show you the shutter time here in the dark room, and there we go. So you see it's actually kind of long. Oh, I forgot to activate the LED flash, and there we go. So you really have to hold the smartphone really steady. Now it looked way brighter in preview, but if you check out the picture then here in the gallery, it looks kind of dark, so this could be definitely better. But that's the LED flash and the camera in low lighting situations. And here we go. Here's a quick GPS test in the GPS test application. We don't have the best weather conditions today, so it's a little bit cloudy, but GPS on the Elephone P8000 is looking good. I mean, I disassembled the smartphone, I did put it back together and it's still working, so I can't even believe that. But just have a look at the signal bars. Now it's looking okay. We have a couple of green bars, which is good signal, a couple of yellow ones, which is average signal, and also some red ones or orange ones, which means bad signal. Well, 22 satellites in view, 14 in use. GLONASS is fully supported. It's working here in Android 5.1. That's pretty good. We can also have a quick look at the Android's GPS test application. So it must be in here. And here you can see we have the American satellites. Here we have the Russian ones, so GLONASS. Not the best signal there, but you can see it's fully working. 15 out of 15, accuracy around 18 meters. So far it looks good on the paper. For the price, definitely okay. And now let's do a quick navigation test. There we go. Here's a quick real-life navigation test in Sidekick offline navigation. And so far I have to say GPS is working on the Elephone P8000. It's really not too bad. So not the best weather conditions today, as I've told you before, but GPS is definitely working. Then let's try to pick a different road, because it's quite boring to go all the way straight. And I tried it with AGPS and without AGPS. So without AGPS, so without internet connection, it takes quite long to find a fix, but it's working too. And with AGPS, it finds a fix within 3 to 5 seconds, actually pretty fast. And the MTK 6753, it's really not too bad. So they made some really huge GPS improvements in the latest generation of chipsets from MTK. So you really don't need to worry a lot. I mean, it's, for instance, not that good like on my Samsung Galaxy, but it's definitely okay. And also if there's bad weather, it's working, and that's really important for me. Okay, so let's do a quick cut because there are red traffic lights. Okay, so there we go. We now drive to the left, so we don't take the predicted road. And how long does it take to reroute? Oh, well, that's quite long. I think we confused it. Okay, so it was around 20 seconds to reroute. Then let's try to go this direction. Okay. 10 seconds, 15 seconds, 20 seconds. Well, so you see, it finds definitely the correct location, but takes some time to reroute. All in all, GPS is working, and it's not too bad, but it's also not the best one I've seen. Oh yeah, guys, so now let's go and let's have a look at the benchmarks and the other hardware. First of all, the sensor box. Now, well, you notice that the phone is very cheap, so also it just comes with the basic sensors, nothing special. Accelerometer, light sensor, which is working, proximity sensor, which is also working, as you can see, but well, the range is a bit much. Then here we have the sound sensor, and that's basically it. So there's no gyroscope, there is no magnetic sensor, no pressure sensor, so just the basic stuff. Alright, then let's have a look at the frequencies, so the bands. We can go here to MTK settings, then we should have here band mode. Here we have SIM1, and as you can see, SIM1 supports here triple band in GSM. Then we have dual band WCDMA, so this is also the 2100 band. Then here the 900 band, and we have LTE modes 3, 7 and 20. So 20, I guess it's very important for Germany, so that is working, guys. And SIM2, well, GSM features. Okay, that's regarding the frequencies. Then let's have a look at CPU set. CPU set just reads the system on chip wrong. It's not the 6735, it's the 6753. 8 cores, and the clock goes up to 1.3 GHz. It's not that powerful like the MTK 6752, which actually clocks up to 1.7 GHz. But well, you can see in idle something like 1 to 4 cores are active, a scaling governor is interactive. Here the device settings, full HD display, dots per inch, the total RAM, and yeah, it just shows the wrong screen size, so nothing fancy in here. It supports 64 bits, the kernel, really it runs in 64 bits, also the Antutu benchmark, and root access no by default, but there is some tutorial on how to root that little baby in the Elephone forum. Alright, fucking ads, battery, then here the temperatures of the phone. It really does not get hot so far. Hottest temperature here 60. Also when gaming, I did some gaming tests, and the battery itself and the phone itself, it does not get hot. I didn't expect that. You see just the basic sensors, so nothing special in here. That was CPU set. Then let's have a quick look at Geekbench. Now, single core score is 600, which is not that much, but the multi-core score due to the 8-core, it's 2570, which is good. Here once again you can see now the correct processor, so the MTK 6753 and not the 35. Memory, and yeah, that's basically it here in Geekbench. We can also have a look at the Antutu benchmark. 32,514 with 64-bit mode activated, so the 6735 wouldn't be able to score that, so you can be sure it's the octa-core. Here in the ranking, well, the performance level, it's on the LG G3, something like that, so also very similar, but that system on chip is very new, can run 64-bit Android 5.1. Well, Full HD display, 13 megapixel rear camera, but only in 4:3, and you'll find all the sample pictures on China devices. Here once again, display resolution, 5 megapixel front facing camera, which by the way does not look so good, but just check it out for yourself. Alright, so yeah, I forgot to show you the speed test result. I hope it's still open. Yeah, nice ping. 13 Mbits in 3G. I don't have 4G right now, but you can check it out online. So there's some 4G benchmarks here with speed test, and it looks really good. Upload 4 Mbits on 3G, which is really nice. And regarding the signal, I have some signal drops on my S6 Edge, and then I just went the same road I always go with my S6 with the Elephone, and it was stable, so I need to update the ROM on my Samsung. Okay, then let's go. Let's do a quick gaming test, and after this you will hear my conclusion about that little baby here. Oh yeah, here's a quick gaming test in GTA, maximum resolution, maximum rendering distance, and it runs fine, even though the MTK 6753 is not that powerful like the MTK 6752. There are some graphic errors, but I think that's the game. And well, when you game, it gets a bit hot near the camera, but it's okay, just like every other MTK Android phone or other phones, it gets warm for sure. And I have to say, it runs fine, even though some other games like Modern Combat 5 or Asphalt 8, they don't run that smooth, so it would be better to have an MTK 6752. It's just more powerful because the clock is higher. But you can still play 3D games here on the Elephone P8000. It's just looking strange here in GTA. I have some graphic errors I usually don't have, but well, other games, they did run okay, but not so smooth like on some MTK 6752 devices here. But for sure you can play 3D games. That was GTA here with full resolution and full rendering distance. Oh yeah, ladies and gentlemen, we're now here finally at the end of this review, and here comes my final conclusion about the Elephone P8000. So far I like it so much more than the Elephone P7000. There is no display clouding, the build quality is way better, so there are no gaps. My Elephone P7000, I had some very early devices, but they were falling apart. And yeah, the build quality of the Elephone P8000 is very good. Also, it comes with a decent camera, the battery is really nice, it gave me 2 days of battery lifetime. The quick charge function charges your device in 3.5 hours, something like that, so it was always between 3 and 4 hours. Then it's very cheap, so the price is really good. We have community support, so there are different ROMs, Vibe UI, then Flyme OS, so there will be a lot. It's nice to have a fingerprint scanner, even though, yeah, it's very small. Then the cons, there is no LED light in the home buttons and no notification LED. I did a teardown video and there is no hardware LED, so they cannot fix it by software. Then the phone is very heavy. If it drops, it will probably just crack because it's so heavy. Then there's a black bar around the display. It looks damn disgusting, so I don't like the design of the phone so much. It just comes with the basic sensors, so no gyroscope, which you for instance need for that little thing here, like VR goggles. Yeah, the System UI is buggy, it's crashing from time to time if you switch to another language than English. Then the fingerprint scanner itself, it's kind of small and doesn't work always at the first attempt, so it would be better to have a bigger one. I think the one on the Elephone P7000 was very good and it worked for me like all the time, so I don't like the small one here so much, but it's okay. All in all, for the price, the phone is really not bad, but just keep in mind that it's really heavy and big. So I showed it to a lot of people and they said, no, I would never carry this around because it's heavy, big. But they liked it, they liked the design, they liked that it's very snappy and smooth, and so far I can confirm, not a bad phone at all. So you can find it on efoxshop.com, make sure you check it out, the link is down below in the description. Well, Facebook fucking messages all the time. And now I will just end this long review here. Once again guys, thank you so much for watching, have a nice day and bye bye, see ya!